Have you ever wondered if something as simple as a meal could become a life-changing, or even life-threatening, event? Imagine you or a loved one sitting down for a peaceful meal, and just minutes later, that meal is linked to severe health risks. It's a scenario no one wants to face, yet many of us are unknowingly setting ourselves up for danger due to common habits after eating. In today's video, we'll explore 5 post-meal mistakes that could quietly threaten your life, especially if you're older. Backed by medical insights, we'll uncover the science behind why these everyday habits can lead to dangerous outcomes like heart problems, digestive issues, and more. Watch until the end to discover practical, life-saving tips to protect yourself and your loved ones, prevent potential health scares, and make simple adjustments that could add years to your life. Stick with us, and you'll walk away with invaluable knowledge that may just make a difference for your health and the well-being of those around you. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. 1. Eating too much increases the risk of sudden death. Eating too much can seem harmless, an extra plate here, a dessert there, but it carries hidden dangers that can lead to an increased risk of sudden death. This risk is magnified for people who frequently consume large portions in one sitting, pushing their bodies beyond what they're designed to handle. The effects of overeating are far from trivial. They're an invitation to some of the most severe health issues imaginable. The tragic story of Aunt Chen reminds us just how devastating the consequences can be. Aunt Chen was known for her love of food. Her friends and family often saw her enjoying hearty meals, savoring every bite, with a table full of her favorite dishes. Her appetite was remarkable, and she took pride in the meals she could finish. However, Aunt Chen had a habit of eating beyond her limit, indulging in second and third helpings. She often dismissed the discomfort as a natural part of a good meal, never realizing that these habits were slowly taking a toll on her body. One evening, after a particularly large family gathering, Aunt Chen passed away suddenly. The shock was unimaginable for her loved ones. It wasn't until her doctors reviewed her eating patterns that the family began to understand. Her diet and her tendency to overeat were contributing factors in her untimely death. For Aunt Chen, eating to fullness became a tragic lesson on the risks we take with our health. The sleepy, sluggish feeling many of us experience after eating a large meal isn't just in our heads. It has a scientific basis. When we overeat, the sugar levels in our blood surge, leading to a series of physiological responses in the body. The brain, for instance, releases less of a wakefulness hormone produced by the hypothalamus, a hormone that helps keep us alert and active. This hormone production drops in response to high blood sugar, and that's why, when we're hungry, we feel sharper and more awake. After a big meal, however, the effect is reversed, and the body slows down. Though it might seem harmless, this food coma effect signals the strain that overeating places on our system. Aunt Chen experienced this sluggishness many times after meals but never saw it as a warning sign of deeper risks to her health. The problem with overeating goes well beyond feeling tired. When we consume large portions, our stomach expands to accommodate the food. The human body has limited internal space, so an expanded stomach compresses nearby organs, particularly the diaphragm. This compression puts stress on the heart, which is already working harder to support the digestive process. For people with pre-existing heart conditions, this extra pressure can be extremely dangerous, even deadly. Aunt Chen, who had been dealing with coronary heart disease for years, was especially vulnerable to these effects. Her habit of overeating placed constant, mounting stress on her heart, which ultimately led to her sudden passing. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. During digestion, the body diverts a significant amount of blood to the gastrointestinal tract, allowing it to break down food and absorb nutrients. For a healthy person, This process is manageable, though it may cause temporary drowsiness. However, for someone like Aunt Chen, with a history of cardiovascular problems, this shift in blood flow demanded too much from her already compromised heart. Redirecting blood away from the heart can weaken its ability to supply oxygen, pushing it into overdrive as it struggles to keep up. And when we consider that Aunt Chen had hardened arteries, a result of her long-standing coronary issues, the picture becomes even clearer. Her heart simply didn't have the reserves to manage the extra workload, making her more susceptible to sudden death after large meals. Another hidden danger of overeating is the risk of structural instability within the heart itself. When the heart experiences persistent pressure from a distended stomach, its natural rhythm can become disrupted. Scientific studies have shown that structural changes in the heart increase the likelihood of electrical instability, leading to arrhythmias. Chronic arrhythmias can heighten the risk of cardiac arrest, particularly in cases like Aunt Chen's, where an already vulnerable heart has to constantly endure added stress. With every large meal, her heart faced an increased risk of sudden failure, a heartbreaking reality that no one around her fully understood until it was too late. The story of Aunt Chen underscores the critical need for dietary moderation. It's not just about feeling uncomfortably full or needing a nap after a meal. It's about life and death. Health experts urge us to follow the 80% rule of eating only until we're about 70 to 80% full, which reduces the strain on the stomach and, by extension, the heart. For those with heart conditions, this practice is even more vital. Regulating meal size and choosing balanced portions are life-saving habits that can protect against the severe risks associated with overeating. If Aunt Chen's family had known these facts earlier, perhaps they could have helped her form healthier habits and avoid the tragedy that followed. Aunt Chen's story is not just a cautionary tale. It's a plea to every one of us to take our health seriously. We can choose to ignore our body's signals or take them as cues to improve our well-being. Every meal is an opportunity to protect our health, practice moderation, and show respect for our bodies. We owe it to ourselves and our loved ones to be mindful of how much we eat, to listen when our bodies tell us enough is enough, and to cherish the health that we have. Because the reality is, sometimes the smallest acts, like choosing not to reach for a second helping, are the ones that can save our lives. Aunt Chen's memory lives on as a reminder to take care of ourselves, nurture our health, and embrace a balanced, mindful way of eating. For her, it's too late. For us, there's still time. Let's honor that time by protecting the precious gift of life we have. 2. What is the correct posture after eating? After enjoying a satisfying meal, do you ever pause and wonder what position would best support your digestion? It might sound trivial, but this question is deeply significant in promoting overall health and comfort after eating. In cultures and households around the world, this topic often sparks debate. Should we stand up and move around, relax in a comfortable seat, or give in to the urge to lie down and rest? Each posture has advocates who claim their approach is the secret to smooth digestion, longevity, and wellness, and each brings with it unique effects on the body. Understanding the implications of our post-meal posture can be a game-changer, allowing us to maximize the benefits of our meals while avoiding discomfort. First, let's consider the popular advice that encourages movement, specifically a gentle walk after eating. There's an old saying that goes, "Take 100 steps after eating and live to be 99. For those who practice this, it's not just a routine. It's a cherished ritual, almost meditative, that symbolizes both care for the body and mindfulness in digestion. Gentle movement such as walking is thought to gently nudge the digestive system, aiding in the progression of food through the stomach and intestines while helping to reduce that heavy, bloated feeling that can follow a large meal. Advocates of post-meal walking often report feeling lighter, more energized, and even more mentally refreshed after a brief stroll, describing it as a small but significant act of self-care that fuels both physical health and mental well-being. This is more than just a tradition, though. Science supports the benefits of light movement after meals. Walking aids in stabilizing blood sugar levels, especially important for individuals managing diabetes or insulin resistance. Studies suggest that even a short, 10-minute walk can significantly reduce blood sugar spikes, as movement helps cells take up glucose more efficiently. It also promotes cardiovascular health by enhancing blood circulation, supporting an active metabolism, and even potentially aiding in weight management over time. These physical and emotional benefits make a compelling case for incorporating light activity after meals, as they touch on almost every aspect of well-being, from physical comfort to psychological satisfaction. But let's also look at the other side. For many people, there is a strong urge to lie down immediately after eating. The feeling of fullness, coupled with the comfort of a cozy space, can make reclining or lying down feel like the perfect way to complete a meal. It's almost instinctive. Who hasn't felt that comforting wave of drowsiness and relaxation wash over them after a hearty lunch or dinner? It's a universal sensation, but one that can come with its own set of issues, especially when digestion is considered. Lying down soon after eating has some drawbacks. The horizontal position can encourage the contents of the stomach, including food and gastric acid, to flow backward into the esophagus, which can result in acid reflux or heartburn. This can be particularly uncomfortable, producing that familiar burning sensation in the chest and throat. For individuals with pre-existing digestive conditions such as GERD, gastroesophageal reflux disease, lying down can trigger painful flare-ups and disrupt digestion entirely. This discomfort doesn't just disappear quickly. It can linger, impacting one's ability to work, relax, or even get a good night's sleep if the meal is eaten later in the evening. For elderly individuals or those with weakened health, obesity, or reduced mobility, lying down after eating can create even greater challenges. With age, many people experience a natural decrease in the muscle tone of the lower esophageal sphincter, LES, the barrier between the stomach and esophagus. When this muscle is weakened, it becomes more difficult to keep food and acid from rising into the esophagus, increasing the likelihood of reflux. Additionally, older adults and those with slower digestion often experience reduced gastric motility, meaning their stomachs empty food more slowly. This slower digestive process can lead to an uncomfortable log jam of food and acid that, when combined with lying down, heightens the risk of reflux and can even contribute to long-term digestive complications. The psychological comfort of lying down, however, shouldn't be completely dismissed. There's an undeniable pleasure in resting after a meal, especially in today's fast-paced world where relaxation is so often neglected. Yet it's possible to enjoy this comfort without lying flat. Many experts recommend a reclining position, where the upper body remains elevated by about 45 degrees, allowing some rest while still supporting digestion. This middle ground approach lets you enjoy a restful pause without the risks of full horizontal lying. A reclining chair or bed setup with pillows can create a supportive environment that balances comfort with digestive needs. For those who prefer a gentler approach, sitting upright after eating can offer a compromise between relaxation and digestive support. Sitting up allows gravity to aid the digestive process by keeping food in the lower stomach, where it belongs, and minimizes the likelihood of acid reflux. The act of sitting can also signal to the body that you're actively participating in the digestion process, a mindful moment of giving your body the time it needs to begin breaking down food without distractions. For those sensitive to digestive discomfort, an upright sitting posture can be a manageable option that reduces the risks of both heartburn and discomfort while still allowing the relaxation that follows a good meal. Ultimately, the decision on post-meal posture is personal, and it may take some experimentation to find what truly feels best for you. Everybody is different, and what works for one person may not work for another. Paying close attention to how your body reacts to different postures can offer valuable insight into what approach optimally supports your digestion and enhances your sense of well-being. If you find that walking alleviates fullness, then maybe post-meal strolls will become your new habit. If reclining with an elevated upper body feels soothing, that might be your go-to for post-meal relaxation. While cultural habits, family traditions, and personal preferences all shape our post-meal routines, understanding the physiological effects of these postures can guide us to make informed, health-promoting choices. The small act of choosing a posture after eating, whether it's walking, sitting, reclining, or even lying down with care, can have a surprisingly profound impact on our comfort, digestion, and long-term health. So, the next time you finish a meal, take a moment to tune into your body's needs and choose the posture that best supports not only your physical health but also your mental relaxation and happiness. Our post-meal habits have a profound impact on our health, far more than we might realize. The choice to sit, stand, or even take a gentle walk after a meal goes beyond mere comfort. It's about supporting our body's ability to digest, metabolize, and ultimately thrive. When we eat, we're asking our bodies to perform a complex series of tasks, involving everything from nutrient breakdown to absorption. At this moment, our body is hard at work, transforming food into energy and essential nutrients. But when we sit down or even lie back, we're often unknowingly creating a barrier to that process. This isn't just a preference or a small act of rest. It's a decision that could shape our digestive health and, by extension, our overall well-being. For starters, sitting after a meal can slow down the body's gastrointestinal motility, or the movement of food through the digestive tract. When we sit for extended periods, our bodies adopt a static posture that doesn't support the natural flow of digestion. Imagine a busy city road where traffic suddenly stops. This is essentially what happens in our digestive tract when we're too sedentary after a meal. Food, instead of flowing smoothly, stays lodged in the stomach and intestines for longer than necessary. This stagnation can lead to uncomfortable symptoms like bloating, gas, and even indigestion. The very discomfort that we might believe is normal after eating often has its roots in a decision as simple as sitting down too soon. This static position not only affects comfort but can also impair the body's ability to absorb nutrients. When food stays in the digestive tract longer than it should, nutrient absorption isn't as effective. Our bodies thrive on vitamins, minerals, and essential nutrients, but sitting slows the digestive rhythm, preventing our systems from extracting what they need most. The food we eat becomes less nourishing, and over time, this can impact our energy levels, immunity, and overall vitality. I often wonder, how much are we willing to compromise for a moment of sitting, especially when that decision might be quietly taking away our health and well-being? Moreover, when we talk about those who sit after meals, it's often part of a larger, more sedentary lifestyle. It's not just a matter of sitting after eating. It's a pattern that likely extends throughout the day. The less we move, the fewer calories we burn, and the slower our metabolism becomes. When we settle into a habit of prolonged sitting, especially after meals, we make it easier for our bodies to store excess calories as fat. And this isn't just any fat. Sedentary lifestyles often lead to abdominal fat, a type of fat that comes with significant health risks, including heart disease and type 2 diabetes. These aren't just distant, hypothetical outcomes. They're real consequences that can affect our lives profoundly. I find it unsettling to think that something as routine as sitting after a meal can be a gateway to so many health issues down the line. In contrast, the act of standing after a meal can feel like an immediate boost to the digestive system. When we stand, gravity is on our side. This simple act helps food move efficiently down the digestive tract, reducing the time it stays in the stomach and intestines and minimizing that heavy, bloated feeling many of us know too well. Standing isn't just about movement. It's about aiding the natural process our body craves after a meal. By standing, we're not only helping food to flow smoothly, we're also subtly engaging muscles that keep our metabolism active. I've come to see standing as a form of self-care. It's a small, often overlooked decision, but one that has the power to make a big difference in our daily lives. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment below to let me know that you are still here with me. There's also something empowering about moving, even if it's gentle pacing or shifting from one foot to another. These movements don't just prevent sluggish digestion, they also encourage the natural contractions of the digestive tract, known as gastrointestinal motility. This movement is essential, not only for comfort but for efficient nutrient absorption and a smoother digestive process. The body thanks us for every small action we take that supports its natural rhythms, and I feel that we owe it to ourselves to take those small steps. The difference between standing and sitting becomes even clearer when we consider the long-term effects. While standing or moving after meals can enhance digestive health and support metabolism, sitting can do the opposite. Sitting after a meal, especially when done habitually, is not without consequences. It can lead to chronic issues like acid reflux, where stomach acids rise into the esophagus, causing discomfort and even lasting damage if it becomes frequent. The posture we take after eating can also affect our back, shoulders, and core muscles, as poor postural habits add strain over time. Sitting doesn't give us the relief we might imagine. Instead, it often sets up our bodies for an uphill battle. Standing after meals also encourages a more active mindset. Choosing to stand sends a signal to our minds and bodies that we are prioritizing our health, however small the action may seem. It's an invitation to stay engaged with our bodies rather than slipping into a routine of inactivity. Many of us may overlook the power of such simple acts, but they can truly set the tone for a more vibrant life. Standing, even for just 10 to 15 minutes, can shift our energy, improve mood, and foster a greater sense of well-being. Of course, it's important to acknowledge that everyone's physical condition and health needs are unique. Some individuals may experience mobility challenges or have specific health conditions that make standing after a meal difficult. For these individuals, seated activities like gentle stretches or deep breathing exercises may still offer benefits for digestion without requiring a fully upright position. Listening to our bodies is essential. While standing is ideal for some, others may need to find alternatives that respect their unique needs. Ultimately, by choosing to adopt healthier post-meal routines, we set ourselves on a path toward long-term wellness. Standing after meals, moving gently, and avoiding prolonged periods of sitting help us foster a digestive environment that thrives on flow and energy. In embracing these simple but powerful changes, we're investing in ourselves, enhancing our digestion, and supporting a lifestyle that favors health over convenience. Every small step counts, and by taking this conscious approach to our post-meal habits, we're nurturing not just our digestion but our overall quality of life. The key takeaway here is clear. We have the choice to either encourage our body's natural processes or unknowingly impede them. By prioritizing a little bit of movement after meals, we can set ourselves up for better health, stronger digestion, and a more active, fulfilling life. And in doing so, we build a foundation for well-being that carries us forward in ways we might never have expected. 3. Beware of these 10 actions after eating, as they may be self-destructive. Food is one of the purest sources of energy and sustenance. It's something we gather around to share, celebrate, and nourish ourselves. However, what many people overlook is how certain habits we engage in right after eating can work against the nutritional benefits of our meals, potentially causing harm that affects us long-term. After a satisfying meal, it's natural to settle into routines, but beware, not all post-meal activities are harmless. Some can lead to issues ranging from mild digestive discomfort to serious health complications over time. One example, surprisingly enough, is the common practice of eating fruit right after a meal, a habit many consider healthy but could be inadvertently self-sabotaging. First, let's delve into why consuming fruit immediately after a meal may be more problematic than beneficial. Fruits are undeniably nutritious and packed with vitamins, fiber, and natural sugars, and many assume that adding them to a meal enhances its healthiness. But when consumed directly after a meal, fruit can complicate digestion and create discomfort. Picture your digestive system as a finely tuned machine. After eating, the stomach is already hard at work breaking down a variety of nutrients from the meal, including proteins, fats, and complex carbohydrates. The digestive process is energy-intensive and requires a careful balance of acids and enzymes. When we add fruit to the mix, we introduce quick-absorbing sugars and additional fiber to an already busy digestive process, creating digestive overload. This overload is not just a fleeting inconvenience. When the stomach is strained, we're more prone to issues like bloating, indigestion, and excessive gas. Imagine feeling uncomfortably full and sluggish after every meal, a cycle that gradually wears down your digestive health. The compounded effect of these mild but frequent discomforts can lead to weakened digestive efficiency over time, impairing the body's ability to absorb essential nutrients. Eventually, this can result in nutrient deficiencies, which drain our energy levels and leave us more vulnerable to illness and inflammation. The consumption of fruit post-meal doesn't only affect the digestive tract, it impacts the body's blood sugar balance. Fruits, despite being natural, are rich in simple sugars like fructose, which are absorbed quickly into the bloodstream. After a meal, our blood sugar levels naturally rise as the body processes the nutrients we've consumed. Adding fruit to the equation spikes blood sugar further, sending insulin levels soaring to manage the sudden influx of sugars. For some, this may lead to the inevitable sugar crash, but the impact can be even more severe for others. Consistent blood sugar spikes train the body to release more and more insulin, which, over time, can result in insulin resistance, a precursor to diabetes and other metabolic issues. The hormonal repercussions are also worth noting. The human body is highly responsive to blood sugar fluctuations, and frequent spikes can disrupt hormonal balance. The liver, pancreas, and adrenal glands all react to changes in blood sugar, meaning that the simple act of eating fruit after a meal can create a ripple effect through various bodily systems. If the body is exposed to these hormonal fluctuations often enough, it may lead to chronic conditions that reduce our resilience and overall vitality, making it harder for us to maintain steady energy levels throughout the day. So what's the solution? It's simpler than you might think. Instead of reaching for fruit immediately after a meal, try waiting an hour or so. This allows your stomach to process the main components of your meal, giving your digestive system a much-needed break and setting it up to process fruit without unnecessary strain. Alternatively, enjoy fruit as a standalone snack between meals when your digestive system is less occupied. This habit can help maximize nutrient absorption from both your main meal and the fruit itself, allowing your body to reap the benefits more effectively and reducing unnecessary strain on the digestive organs. The same principle applies to other common post-meal habits like lying down immediately, drinking large amounts of cold water, or engaging in vigorous exercise. Each of these actions has the potential to disrupt digestion, create unnecessary stress on the body, or negatively impact blood flow to the stomach. For instance, lying down after a meal, though it may seem relaxing, can cause acid reflux and heartburn as stomach acids move up the esophagus. Similarly, cold water can cause the stomach to contract, slowing down digestion and potentially causing bloating or cramping. Engaging in intense exercise right after eating redirects blood flow away from the stomach, disrupting the digestive process and often leading to cramps or nausea. Taking a few simple steps to avoid these habits can make a significant difference in how we feel after meals and contribute to long-term wellness. By making these adjustments, we're showing our bodies respect and helping to preserve our health and energy for the future. After all, health is a journey, and maintaining small, mindful routines can have a powerful impact. By tuning into our post-meal habits, we unlock the potential to live healthier, more vibrant lives, one meal at a time. Fourth, exercising immediately after a meal is also risky. Exercising immediately after a meal might appear to some as a simple way to burn off calories or boost energy levels, but this practice can create a host of complications that negatively impact our bodies and overall health. The intricate systems within our bodies require time and coordination to function optimally, and understanding the delicate dance between digestion and physical activity is essential for anyone striving to maintain a healthy lifestyle. When we consume food, our bodies initiate a sophisticated and vital process that begins the moment we take that first bite. As we chew and swallow, our gastrointestinal tract comes alive, preparing to receive and break down the nutrients contained in our meals. This process requires significant blood flow, as the body prioritizes directing blood to the digestive organs, including the stomach and intestines. This redirection is crucial. It ensures that our bodies can efficiently break down food and absorb essential nutrients, transforming them into energy that fuels our activities. However, when we decide to jump straight into physical exercise right after eating, we inadvertently disrupt this carefully orchestrated process. Our bodies are designed to handle one major task at a time, and exercising demands a substantial increase in blood flow to the muscles. This heightened demand is necessary for delivering oxygen and nutrients, allowing our muscles to perform efficiently and effectively. Unfortunately, this need for blood flow can divert resources away from the digestive system, leaving it struggling to process the food that has just been ingested. Imagine your body as a well-tuned orchestra, with each section, muscles, heart, digestive system, performing its unique role. When you exercise immediately after eating, it's as if you're suddenly asking the string section to play louder while the brass section is still warming up. This imbalance can lead to a cacophony of discomfort, including common symptoms such as bloating, stomach cramps, nausea, and even indigestion. The sensations of fullness and discomfort can be distracting, detracting from the enjoyment of physical activity and leaving many feeling discouraged about maintaining a consistent exercise routine. To truly embrace a balanced approach to health, it is crucial to allow adequate time for digestion before engaging in any vigorous physical activity. A general guideline suggests waiting at least 30 minutes after a small meal before partaking in light exercises, like a gentle stroll or some stretching. For moderate activities, a wait of 1 to 2 hours is advisable, ensuring that the body can focus on digestion without the distraction of physical exertion. This pause allows our bodies to efficiently break down food and absorb the nutrients necessary for optimal performance. For those planning to undertake more intense workouts, like running, cycling, or heavy weightlifting, waiting even longer is beneficial. Ideally, allowing 3 hours after a larger meal can help ensure that the digestive system has completed its work, making it less likely for discomfort to arise during a challenging workout. In this way, you set yourself up for success, allowing your body to be fully prepared to handle the demands of intense physical activity without the interference of a full stomach. Individual responses to food and exercise can also vary widely based on numerous factors, including the types of foods consumed, portion sizes, and each person's metabolic rate. For instance, a heavy meal rich in fats and proteins typically requires more time to digest than a light snack made predominantly of carbohydrates. Picture yourself enjoying a rich, creamy pasta dish. This kind of meal can weigh heavily on your stomach if you attempt to exercise too soon afterward. Conversely, a light salad or a piece of fruit may be digested more quickly, allowing you to engage in light exercise sooner. Being aware of how your body reacts to different foods is an essential part of establishing a healthy routine. There's a profound sense of empowerment that comes with tuning into your body's signals and recognizing what it needs. For some, a quick snack before a workout may provide the necessary fuel, while others might need a more substantial meal earlier in the day. Listening to your body, experimenting with different meal timings, and observing how you feel during and after exercise can help you find the balance that works best for you. Moreover, consider the emotional and psychological aspects of this waiting period. In a fast-paced world where we often rush from one task to another, giving ourselves the grace to pause can feel like a radical act of self-care. Instead of rushing into exercise immediately after a meal, take that time to relax, breathe, and prepare mentally for your workout. This could involve light stretching, meditation, or even simply enjoying a moment of stillness. These practices can enhance your mental focus and create a more positive mindset for your physical activities. This mindful approach not only prevents discomfort but also deepens your connection to your body and its needs. Embracing this time can lead to a more harmonious relationship with food and exercise, allowing you to appreciate the nourishment you provide and the strength you cultivate. By prioritizing your body's well-being over the pressures to stay constantly active, you foster a healthier, more balanced lifestyle that encourages consistency and joy in your fitness journey. So, the next time you finish a meal, remember the importance of waiting before diving into exercise. Allow yourself that necessary time to digest, feel, and prepare. Recognize that this pause is not merely an obstacle but a vital component of your health journey, one that nurtures your body and spirit. By doing so, you'll discover not just the physical benefits of enhanced digestion and improved workout performance, but also a profound sense of well-being that will keep you motivated to maintain an active, fulfilling life. 5. Smoking immediately after a meal poses significant health risks. Smoking immediately after a meal might seem harmless, perhaps even comforting to some, but beneath this habit lies a danger so profound it should not be taken lightly. When people light up after eating, they're not only harming themselves in ways they can't see, they're multiplying the already significant risks of smoking. Shocking as it may seem, research reveals that the damage caused by smoking right after a meal can be up to 10 times greater than smoking at other times. Imagine a habit so dangerous already, amplified multiple times just by timing. This isn't just a simple increase in harm. It's a complete transformation in how deeply cigarettes affect the body during digestion. After a meal, our body enters a heightened state, as blood flow intensifies around the digestive system to aid in the absorption and distribution of nutrients. This natural process is essential for our health, but when smoking is introduced, it becomes a vehicle for harm. The toxic chemicals in cigarettes, nicotine, tar, and carbon monoxide, are absorbed more rapidly, entering the bloodstream at an alarming rate and dispersing throughout the body, affecting vital organs almost immediately. It's a tragic irony that the very process meant to nourish our bodies becomes how we poison ourselves more deeply. Many don't realize that this digestive gateway causes these toxins to enter the body with a potency rarely seen with regular smoking. The heart, one of our most vital organs, is placed under tremendous strain. During digestion, the heart is already working harder than usual to supply increased blood flow to the digestive system. But when nicotine is added to the equation, the heart faces a double onslaught. Nicotine constricts blood vessels, making it harder for the heart to pump blood, while simultaneously elevating the heart rate. Imagine the heart struggling to pump more blood through narrower vessels. This combination can lead to dangerously high blood pressure, a ticking time bomb for heart disease, hypertension, and even sudden cardiac events. It's deeply distressing to consider that what may seem like a harmless post-meal habit can set the stage for life-threatening cardiovascular issues down the line. And the heart isn't alone in this battle. The liver, often called the body's detoxifying powerhouse, bears a significant burden. The liver's job is to process and eliminate harmful substances from our bodies, a task it performs tirelessly. But when cigarette smoke is added to the mix, especially right after a meal, this organ is forced to work overtime, filtering out the onslaught of toxic chemicals from each puff. Over time, the liver's natural detoxifying mechanisms become compromised. Diseases like fatty liver, fibrosis, and cirrhosis can develop, silently destroying liver function. It's a heartbreaking reality that so many people could be unknowingly harming their liver each time they light up after a meal. The effects on the brain are equally devastating. The brain relies on a healthy supply of oxygen and nutrients to function optimally, but the toxins from cigarettes can interrupt these delicate processes. Smoking immediately after eating causes harmful chemicals to disrupt nerve cells responsible for cognitive functions like memory, focus, and clarity. Over time, this toxic exposure leads to cognitive decline, diminishing memory, concentration, and even basic mental sharpness. Imagine trying to recall important memories or focus on daily tasks, only to find that your mind feels clouded or slow, a deeply painful prospect, especially as these issues can escalate into severe cognitive impairment and even neurodegenerative diseases. The notion that a simple choice could be the precursor to a debilitating decline in cognitive health is both haunting and profoundly sad. For those already grappling with health conditions, like diabetes or obesity, smoking post-meal becomes even more dangerous. The interaction of nicotine with blood sugar regulation is particularly problematic, as it can contribute to insulin resistance. This disrupts glucose control, making it harder for individuals to manage blood sugar levels and often worsening their health condition. Imagine the frustration and pain of watching your health deteriorate faster due to a habit that could be controlled. Moreover, smoking can lead to an increase in unhealthy food cravings, intensifying weight gain and further exacerbating conditions like obesity. This sets up a vicious cycle, where people find it increasingly difficult to maintain a balanced lifestyle and end up paying an even higher price for their health. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Beyond these critical concerns, smoking after meals can also erode one's overall quality of life. Respiratory issues may become more pronounced, making simple activities feel exhausting. Everyday tasks, like taking a brisk walk or climbing stairs, could feel burdensome, especially as smoking exacerbates conditions like chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD, and asthma. The buildup of toxins within the lungs from such intensified smoking can limit lung capacity, ultimately stealing away the vitality and energy that everyone deserves to enjoy. In addition, smoking after meals can have devastating effects on the digestive system itself. The act of smoking reduces the production of protective mucus in the stomach, which increases the likelihood of developing conditions like acid reflux, gastritis, and even peptic ulcers. This painful chain reaction can lead to chronic discomfort, nausea, and a diminished appetite, robbing individuals of one of life's simplest pleasures, enjoying a good meal. Imagine the loss of joy from having to deal with constant digestive discomfort due to a habit that seems so inconsequential but is, in reality, incredibly destructive. In short, smoking right after a meal is a habit that brings severe and far-reaching consequences, affecting almost every vital system in the body. While it may feel relaxing at the moment, the long-term effects are anything but. We owe it to ourselves and our loved ones to consider the devastating toll of this habit. It's never too late to take control and protect our health by understanding these hidden dangers and making the choice to avoid smoking after meals. Every decision to resist this habit is a step toward a healthier, happier life. A life that fully respects and values the incredible resilience and fragility of the human body. As we wrap up this vital discussion on the dangers of smoking immediately after meals, I hope you've gained valuable insights into just how deeply this habit can impact your health. From cardiovascular strain and liver damage to cognitive decline and digestive issues, it's clear that this seemingly simple act carries serious risks. What have you learned from today's video? I invite you to reflect and share one key takeaway that you plan to put into practice in your life. Your experiences and thoughts matter, and they can inspire others on their health journeys as well. If you like this video, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Together, we can spread awareness and support each other in making healthier choices. Thank you for watching, and take care of yourselves.